The first time I fell, I stayed on the floor for 3 hours, not because I was injured, because I was afraid to stand up again. I remember staring at the ceiling fan, turning slowly above me, wondering if this was how old age finally wins. And the worst part, nobody heard me calling. One fall can be the beginning of the end. Broken confidence. But what they don't tell you is that falling doesn't begin with your legs. It begins when your body stops trusting itself. I had once been the man who climbed roofs in the rain, but after that fall, I started walking like prey. Every step felt like the floor was waiting to betray me, and then something happened that changed my life forever. Not a surgery, not some miracle pill, not one of those television gadgets they try to sell old people at 2 a.m. It was 6 small things, 6 strange little habits an old farmer taught me after he watched me nearly collapse outside a grocery store. At the time, I laughed at him. 3 years later, I'm 96, and people half my age ask me how I still walk without a cane. This story isn't really about balance, it's about the night I realized fear ages people faster than time ever could. Because what almost destroyed me wasn't the fall, it was what came after. And if you stay with me until the end, I'll show you the 6 things that gave me my legs back and maybe gave me my life back too. The first warning came in the kitchen. I turned too quickly and the room tilted sideways. I grabbed the counter, heart pounding. But I told nobody. Pride is a stubborn disease. Weeks later, my daughter begged me to use a walker. I refused. Walkers were for old people. Then came the winter fall. I remember the oranges rolling across the icy pavement. I remember strangers staring. One woman whispered, "Poor thing." Those words hurt worse than the bruises. I realized something terrifying. People saw me as fragile, and I started seeing myself that way too. That's when fear entered my walk. It changes how you move. You shuffle, you stare at the ground, your body stiffens, your feet hesitate. Fear ages you faster than time ever could. But first, understand the kind of man I used to be. Born in 1930. Back then, nobody talked about healthy aging. You simply survived if you could. My father believed weakness was a sin. If you cried, you worked harder. By 14, I was hauling lumber beside grown men. At 22, I married Eleanor, and for 58 years, she was my balance, literally. She touched my elbow whenever we crossed the street. I never realized how much steadier it made me feel until the day she died. After the funeral, the house became too quiet. Grief changes your body. I stopped sleeping. I stopped moving. And when the body stops moving, it begins negotiating with gravity. Ironically, those habits make falling more likely. Then, one afternoon, I was outside the grocery store again, stepping off the curb awkwardly. Before I hit the ground, a rough hand grabbed my coat. "Your feet aren't the problem," the old man said. "Your fear is." He had close to 100 years on him, sharp gray eyes. He said something I'll never forget. "You walk like a man waiting to fall." That sentence haunted me. The next morning, I drove to his farm. That's where he taught me the first trick. Not exercises, not stretches. He taught me about walking tall, lifting my chest, and keeping my eyes forward. It sounds so simple, but it changed everything. Your body follows your eyes, he said. And he was right. Stay tuned for part 5, where we go deeper into the farmer's wisdom. The second trick, stop rushing. Most falls happen during transitions. Old bones hate sudden decisions, he joked. I slowed every movement. Stand, pause, step, simple. Within weeks, I felt steadier. The third trick, strengthening the feet. He had me walk barefoot across grass every morning. My balance improved. Tiny muscles woke up. The fourth trick, sitting down correctly. I learned to lower myself slowly. Every chair is exercise, he said. The fifth trick changed everything. He made me practice recovering from stumbles. Small, controlled movements. catching balance intentionally. The goal isn't avoiding every stumble. It's teaching the body not to panic. The real secret was beginning to reveal itself. Wait until you hear the sixth and final trick. It's the one that truly gave me my life back. And finally, the sixth trick, the hardest one. Stop thinking like a broken person. That took me years. Embarrassment becomes part of your identity. You stop trusting stairs, curbs, your own legs. But fear creates weakness faster than age ever will. One evening, months later, I noticed something strange. I was walking through a parking lot with groceries, and I wasn't thinking about falling anymore. I finally felt free again. At 96, I still move slowly. I still hold railings. Aging is real, but you don't need perfect strength to walk safely. You need confidence, awareness, rhythm, patience, and most importantly, I'll share the final piece of the puzzle in our concluding chapter. See you there. Stop surrendering before your body gives up. Many become old long before they become weak. I've seen 70-year-olds move like ghosts and 90-year-olds move like oak trees. The difference is fear, not age. These habits didn't make me invincible, but they gave me trust in my own body. That's the real secret to aging well. Not fighting time, but refusing to be intimidated by it. Tonight, when you stand up from your chair, pay attention. Are you walking with caution or fear? Understanding that difference may change your life. Leave a comment below and tell me your age and where you're watching from. Remember, a careful person survives, a fearful person disappears. Take care of your legs, but take better care of your confidence. Thank you for staying with me until the end. Found your footing, and the floor can never betray you again.